Okay, he has never done that. Oh my God. Well, hello there. Welcome to another dog vlog. And in today's video, I'm going to take you along with me on bathing and grooming my Goldendoodle Finn. As we'll see here, this is the before. I'm actually bathing him at a local pet store, and now I'm showing you the shampoo and conditioners I use. The only brands that I use are 4-Leggers and Kid & Kind. Those will be linked down below. I like them because there are no additives added in them. It's all natural, which if you think about a dog's skin, it's the largest organ on their body. So you want to put as much natural product on them as possible. Avoid artificial sweeteners. You saw that in this self-wash station. Again, it's at a local independent pet store. I love supporting local when I can. I like to use these instead of my house because I don't have to bend over. And again, I like supporting local. You will note that a few seconds ago, I got done brushing him, and right now I'm putting ear plugs in him. They're just cotton balls because I don't want water to get in his ears. And so right now I'm just rinsing him off, getting some dirt off, and of course I got all the mats out already. There he is. He looks so cute. He looks so different when he's wet. It's crazy. So I'm starting off with a shampoo, and you can see he doesn't mind. He's used to having his being brushed or bathed. There we go. And I have to spend a lot of time trying to get his beard. He loves digging his nose into the dirt when we play fetch and go on walks. So his beard just gets so dirty. And with his coat, the way that it is, it's a mixed coat, both curly and wavy and slightly straight. It's a combo coat, which makes it really difficult to manage and keep clean. And because he's a light fair colored dog, there we go. Trying to not get any water in his nose, of course. He doesn't love his face getting wet, but who would? The blow dryer, this is something that some dogs just really hate. He doesn't mind it, except for when I have to go near his face. We're back in the dog room, guys, and I'm getting ready to get Finn on this table. He just had a bath, as you guys saw, so did Bentley, but Bentley's a good boy, and he doesn't need to be groomed, but Finn does. He needs to be trimmed up, especially his face. His eyebrows are so long, so in his eyelashes he can barely see. And I want to make this clear. I am going to show you what I do when I groom Finn again. Please note, this is not a tutorial because I am not professionally trained by any means when it comes to grooming. I've barely even watched YouTube videos on how to do this. I just have some tips from a couple friends that are groomers. I figured I'd share me learning how to groom my doodle with you guys. So hopefully you enjoy this. I'll do a voiceover, talk about my thoughts. Oh gosh. Finn. Okay, he has never done that. Oh my gosh. Careful, buddy. I don't want you jumping up there. So normally I lift him up using my legs, not my back, but all right, here we go. We're off to an interesting start. That scared me. Are you okay? Oh, Finn, you're so good. Okay, so I'm gonna take his collar off. Bloop. Good boy. He's used to being up here. This is actually where I groom him and I clip his nails as well. So let's put on his leash or his little collar. There you go. Once I have Finn on the table, I will say that I obviously never leave him. I know, Ben, you want up. I never leave him alone because obviously I don't want him to try to jump off. I don't really use this as any really sense. It's really more of a false sense of security in my opinion because it's actually pretty dangerous if he tried to jump off. So fortunately, I have been getting him comfortable with being on this table since he was a puppy. Like I said, this is where I clip his nails, so it's not an issue. And basically what I do is every time I give him a bath, which is once or twice a month, sometimes more if he gets super dirty, I will always do a little bit of a trim. I'll try to link this below if I can. And then I have some metal guards. And right now this is a 2. I keep him short because he has a mixed coat. At least that's what I've been told. And he mats like nobody's business. And since I travel fairly frequently, it's important to me that his coat is manageable. So when the pet sitters come or he's left with my husband and they have to comb him and brush him, it's not too difficult. So let's just jump into this. I always get so nervous because I don't know if it's the right length. So I'll usually start with his legs. Then I start working down his body. You'll note that I'm definitely not a professional. I just kind of go with whatever feels right. You'll see that I'm also checking for mats every time before I move on to another section, because if there's any mats in there and I try to go over it with the clipper, it'll pull at him. So I want to make sure that there's no mats and everything is cut out. I brush him before and after every bath. So I'm continuing right now to go through and trim him. You'll notice that I never leave his side. I talked about this before, but it's so important that he never has the opportunity to try to jump off or fall off this table. If you're wondering where I got this table, you can get it from any local independent pet store. They have tables that they can either special order for you or get for you. I'll have the clippers that I'm using down below. You can see he doesn't love his paws touched. He's never loved that, but I just do it as quickly as I can. And you see that I'm also checking the leash, making sure that it's not too tight. And I'm rewatching this, I'm getting nervous because his back right paw is really close to that edge. And oh, see there, I knew it was coming. So I just had to be careful to make sure that they don't step off. Dogs are not as aware of their back hind legs as we are. So it's just really important that we don't let them fall off. There he is, he's being so good. I'm constantly rewarding him, telling him YES, and honestly just going as quickly as I can while keeping his safety the #1 priority. What I'm trying to do here is keep his lines straight. If you see him panting, it's not that he's in pain, he's just doesn't want to be there. He's a playful, active dude. So he wants to be out playing, but a big pro tip is you want to make sure that they've had exercise before you get them on the table, in my experience, because if I tried to do this first thing in the morning, this would be really tough. So I made sure I did that. All right, so you'll note that I'm just going down his body, trying to make sure that it stays even. Again, his coat is really hard, for me at least, to cut evenly. So great mad respect to groomers out there. But what I find that if I use the metal guards, it keeps me from going too much in either direction, like too long or too short. I think the key thing here is you could actually use some treats if you want to positively reinforce. And if you find your dog really struggling with sitting still, feel free to break this up. There's no need to try and do this in one setting. When I first started grooming him, I would do like 30 minutes at a time and then take a break. 20 minutes at a time, take a break, even 45 minutes at a time and take a break, especially with puppies. You know, a lot of you also ask me like I don't know what I'm saying to the camera, but a lot of you ask me, how early can I start working my dog with grooming? I would say as soon as your puppy is weaned, whether or not you have a Goldendoodle or long-haired dog, you should be brushing them, grooming them, handling them, touching their paws and their mouth from a very early stage, because that way they get more used to it. So I just make sure with his face, I give him lots of breaks. And a lot of it, honestly, is he's stubborn, and he's learned that, you know, when he was really young, when I would try to hold his face, he would pull away and I would stop because I didn't want to hurt him or force him. But what that taught him was anytime I kind of move, I get free and I get what I want. So it's a hard balance, honestly, to find it, like, to hold him, to keep him steady so I can get this done, because I do need to groom his face, but also not tying him down and being really like aggressive, which I would never do. So I just kind of give him breaks, and if he pulls just a little bit, you know, as long as I don't want to hold hard, but if he pulls a little bit, I kind of hold my place, but I know, so that he doesn't learn that he can just pull away, but you know, it has to get done, and it's not pleasant, but it's not painful by any means. So what you're seeing here is I actually took a break. You'll see I'm actually wearing different pants because we went out for another walk and just relaxed. But here you'll see that we came back, we're finishing up the face, and again, I'm just doing it in very quick strokes and keeping everything super positive. You can see he's not freaking out. He just doesn't love it. I mean, I don't love getting my hair cut, so I don't blame. Yeah, I think you look pretty handsome. Especially for an amateur like your mama. You look pretty dang good. Good job, Finny. Good job. Yeah. Oh, you're being so sweet. Are you apologizing for being a punk, huh? Let's show them your coat. You look pretty dang good. I need to touch up your tail, but otherwise, you look pretty good. If you want to see how to brush your dog's teeth with a natural DIY toothpaste, click the video here. And if you want to see a video on how to clip your dog's nails, click the video right here. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Goodbye.